Hello everyone, I am Prashant Nandam. Welcome back to our channel. As a part of our AWS Masterclass series, today we will see session 7, which explains IAM concepts. And let's begin. First, we need to know what is IAM. IAM, it is an AWS services, and IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. Okay, and why IAM is needed and what is the use. If we think about that, then IAM, we came to know it is a AWS services, and it full form is Identity and Access Management. Now IAM will act like security. IAM is like security guard of AWS, and it decides like who can access, what they can, who can access and what they can access and how they can access. These all are managed by IAM. Okay, hope you got. And IAM contains three things. First, let me start with users. As of now, remember it has three things: users, groups, and then policies. Okay, apart from this, it also has a role concept. Roles, we'll discuss that in the later, last. Okay, now let's get into our console. Hope you all have created an AWS account, and this is my account. And to access IAM services, in the search bar we need to enter IAM. If you see here IAM, click on that, and here you can manage all the IAM users, policies and everything. Now in the security recommendations, I have configured MFA, and that is the reason I'm not getting any errors. If you haven't configured, you may see an error message here. You can ignore, or you can proceed with configuring MFA for your account. And these are the regions. Okay, now we are in IAM, right? Now what we need to do, let's create a user. To create a user, you have to click on the users button, and I'm in global region, and click create. What will give username? Let's give forward R. Okay, and this is console access. Now if you see here, we have console access. Similar way, does that user also need console access? Okay, and here if you see identity center, identity center is nothing but if you have in your organization, you will be having a IT admin team, and they will be creating user accounts and everything for the new joining members, and for the different roles and different type of user permissions they will be creating. No, there it is useful. Okay, in same place we can manage everything, but now I just want to create an IAM user. That is why I'm creating this. If you click auto generated password, it will give you a, it will generate a password and it will give you, and I want to go with custom password. Okay, so let me select my password. Done. And now if you check mark this one, user must need to create a new password after they log into the console. I don't want to, I want to use the same password. Okay, now click next. I don't want to save this. Here if you see here, add user to a group, copy permissions, attach policy. Here uh, let's discuss all these things later. First we'll create a user. See here, user review and create. It will we can review here. This is the username and this is the password. Password request, require password reset is set to no, and no permissions, nothing. I haven't assigned any policy, I haven't added him to any group or nothing like that. Okay, now, oh, we need to download this one. Now this is the important thing. We have created a user, and if you want to, I mean, you need to have a URL to log into that user. This is the URL, and this is the username, and this is the password. You need to download the CSV file so that you can remember the data. And now I have downloaded. Let's click on view user. See, this is the user which we recently created, Howard R. And if you see here, and console access was enabled without MFA, and created on so and so date, and permissions, no permission to this user. Groups, I haven't added him to any group. Last access, security credentials also I haven't given any for him. Security access is like if you want to create infrastructure using VS Code with the help of Terraform or any command line, you need to have access keys and everything. There we will create security credential, like we'll come to security credentials and then we'll click on access keys, then we'll create this. And see here, use access key to send programmatic calls to AWS from AWS CLI, AWS tools for PowerShell, and goes on. Okay, now let me show you how to log into that user. See, we don't have any groups. Now to log into that user, copy, let me show you the downloaded one as well. This is the one we recently downloaded. Okay, let me open that. I'll go with notepad just once. See, if you see here, username, password, console, sign in URL. This is the username, this is the password I set, and this is the URL which we need to use to log into console. Don't worry, I'll delete the user once I'm done with the explanation, so I'm just revealing. Now, one thing, now we logged in as a root user. If you see here, it's my name, it's my account, and it's a root user. Okay, and if you try to log in the URL which you copied from the IAM user in the same browser, it will not allow you to log in. Why? It will take you to the same page where Prashant is logged in. So to avoid that, I'll go with incognito for a while. I am in incognito browser. I click enter. Now if you see here, this is the ID. We can change this. We can make it as a alias as well. This account ID, it will show. Okay, in this account we have IAM user. What was the IAM username? Howard R. Okay, and then password. Now let me click sign in. I'll be getting the console access. If you see, everything will be restricted. He won't have any access, any permissions, nothing. See here, if you see, Howard R will be the user, access denied. And if I search for EC2, he won't be having access, so it will say access denied for everything. See, I have API error, API error. And if I go with S3 bucket, which is the object storage one, it will also show the same. See, it is showing create bucket, right? Let me try creating. What I'll do, I'll give some random name, Shant iPhone Kumar iPhone 2025. Let's block everything for a moment and click create bucket. See, fail to create bucket, view your permissions. Permission is required to create bucket, it is telling. Why? Because I do not have any permissions assigned to this user. That is why I'm getting this error. Hope you understood. Now what we will do, we'll go back to our root user. This is our root user, and here Policy can be assigned in two ways. One, we can directly assign it here, or we can directly assign when we are creating a user, and the second one, we can assign it to a group as well. Okay, now let me go to policies, or where is users? Let me go from here itself. User, add permissions. I'll give him a permission. AW, add user to group. No, I don't want. Attach policy directly here. This I will go with. Now I'll choose S3. We are directly assigning policy. That is why I came here instead of going to policy and coming. We see here S3 full access. Let me give S3 read only access for a while. S3 read only access. Okay. Now I'll assign this policy to the user. Add permission. Wonderful. S3 read only access. Now in the root user, I'll go to S3 bucket. I'll create a bucket here. Create bucket. General purpose bucket name. Prashant Kumar 2025. I don't want to change anything. We'll discuss this when we start in our upcoming sessions. Yeah, the bucket is created. This is our bucket. Buckets Prashant Kumar 2025. This is our bucket. Okay. Now I will go to our user Howard. If you see here, I'll refresh this page. Just we'll wait for a while so that I'll go to buckets. If you see here, Prashant 2025 is now you are able to see. And if I duplicate this and if I search for EC2, I still won't be having permissions. Why? I given read only permission to this particular user. See, everything is blocked. If you see for VPC also you won't be having access. Howard will not have access for VPC. See, retry. He has access for S3, that too only read only. He can read, but he cannot upload. If you see here, I'll go here. I cannot upload any file here. If you see upload, add files, I'll choose a file, random one. Let's select this one and open. And if I click to upload, I won't have permissions. I'll get an error message. Upload failed, error. For more diagnosis error. See why it is failing, because if you see here, access denied. That is the reason why it is getting failed. And similar way, now what I'll do, I'll show you if I have permissions to create a bucket or not. General PR-PR 2025. This is a new bucket and I'm just clicking on create. Still I won't be able to create. Permission is required. Why? We given only read only permission. Now go back to our root user, which is Prashant. Go back to our IAM users. I click on IAM. I'll go to policies. Now I'll search for S3. S3 full access I will give him. S3 full access. Yeah. This policy I will be giving to this user. Howard. Add permissions. Attach policy directly. S3 bucket. Give S3 full access. Next. Add permission. Now if you see here, he has full access. He has read only access. Okay. Who Howard has? This user. Now I'll go back to our incognito where we logged in as Howard. Now I don't do anything. If you see here PR25, I'm creating a bucket and I'll just click create here. It will create automatically. without any error. I will be able to create now. See, PR 2025. And if you see, if I want to upload any file, add files, let me upload this one, upload. I will be able to upload succeeded. See, this is how the policy works. Now what I'll do, I will go back to our root user. I will search for S3 and I'll show you if the group and the policy, I mean, if the group which we created with the Harvard user and we uploaded a file, right, we'll verify if it is visible or not. Wonderful. We are able to see the group. We are able to see the image as well. Let's see if I can. Yeah, this is the image. Cool. Great. This is how we can assign a policy directly to the user. Hope you got it. Let me go back to IAM. Let me show you groups now. Let's create a group first. Group name S3 access for developers. Okay, I'm not adding Howard into this, and I'll give S3 full access this time. S3 full access. I'll create a user group. Now I have a group, no user into this group. Now what I'll do, I'll go to users. This is our user, right? These are the policies which we attach to him. Let me remove these two. Remove policy. I removed these two policies. Now if you go back here and if you refresh, you won't be able to. Let me go to buckets. It will take some time. Access denied. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll add this user to a group. Groups, add user to groups. Howard is now being added to this group. User groups, S3 access for developers. See, he is in this group. And what permission does this group has? S3 full access. Now if I go back here and if I refresh, see, I'm able to see these two files. This is how group works. And now I'll create a new user, second user. Create a user, user2. Let me rename it as user2. Same, provide console access. I want to create a IAM user. I'll select my custom password. And I'll click next. Okay, it's not meeting the. Yes, now it is showing me add user to group. Earlier what we did, attach policy we did, copy permissions is nothing but if I click copy, then all the permissions which Howard has in group S3 access for developers will be directly copied to the user 2 which we are just creating. And add user to group means now I will add directly this user to the group. Okay, next, create user. User is now created. I'll copy this. Let me log in from here this time. What was our username? User 2. See, now what happened, it is asking me to change the password. Why? You should be able to understand now, because Let me cancel this one. Download this for safer side. If I go to users, if I click on user 2, he has two policies. You can ask me, Prashant, earlier we have assigned only one policy to this group. Then from where this IAM user change password has came? Now, if you see, go to groups. This is our group. If I select permissions, I have only S3 full access permission. And if I select Howard, no permissions for him. I mean, only S3 access permission for him, no other permissions. Okay. And similarly, if I select user 2, he should have two permissions. One is for IAM password change and the other is for S3. If you forgot to remove the user, if you forgot to uncheck the user change password next time, then also it will occur. Now, if I try to log in with the user 2, I already logged in, right? Let's change this. See, now if I see S3, I will be having access to S3. I can create a bucket over here with this user 2. See, he is saying this Howard created a bucket and Prashant created bucket, and this is the user 2. And if I click create user 2 hyphen bk bucket, and if I click create bucket, it will create and ensure the name is to be globally unique. I have user bk2. Now if I verify this with the Harvard user, I should be able to see this. And if I verify with Prashant, I mean the main account, my main account, then also I should be able to see user bk. Hope you understood this. Now what we'll do, we'll go to IAM again. I'll show you how to create a custom policy. Go to policies, create a policy, and to create a policy we need to choose a service. Which service? Let's select S3 only. And actions, it will show manual actions all S3, or you can select only access level. If you see list, read, write, permission management, if I select only read, all read actions. And now what I'll do, you can, if you need, you can add multiple. Again, you can select any EC2 and EC2, and then what here needs to, he needs to, what he can have, I will give everything for him. And if I click next, the policy will be created. Resource. Now it will ask me for policy name. S3 read only and EC2 full access. This is our policy. You can give description, giving policy for S3 read only and EC2 full access for users. And then if you see here, services, why only EC2 came, why not S3? S3 Read all read permissions. Next. Yeah, now 2 has selected. S3 read only, easy to full access. Again S3 read only, access, and easy to full access. These are the two policies, and create policy. Policy will be created. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll log out one of the user, or we'll close this. Yeah. Now I'll go to users. I'll create a new user, create user. This time I will not attach him to any group. I'll directly attach him a policy. User 3. Provide console access. I want to create user, custom password. Yeah, this one we should uncheck. Custom password has been set. Click next. It is not meeting criteria. Now this is our existing group where we have S3 full access, and this is I explained again earlier. If we click copy permissions, whoever we select, that user permissions will be directly copied to the user which we are creating. Attach policy directly. This is what we want. Now search for the policy which we recently created. What is our policy? S3 read only. S3 read only, easy to full access. And if you want to see, you can see this. It will be in JSON language. If you see here, fx allow, and what all are allowing, and what is not allowing, everything can be seen here. S3 only, easy to full access, and I'll assign this. I'll create a user with this policy. I'll download this JSON. I'll copy this one. Now in Edge, I'll open a incognito, private. This is our user 3, and let me go with the password. This time it will not ask me to change password. Okay. Now we are into S3 user. User 3. If I search for S3, I will be having read access for that. I can see 3 buckets which we created. And if we go to EC2, see instance running, these I can see. I mean, we cannot see, we are not seeing any error for this, right? I'll go back. If the user does not have any permissions policies set, then in the dashboard it will show all API error, but for him it is not showing. So he has access. Security group also he is able to see. Okay, now in S3, go to S3, read access I given to him, create buckets. Let's see what policy we have. Let's re-verify. Download users, user 3, policy, read only. We given him read only access. Direct job. Okay. Bucket location, bucket policy, bucket tax, data access, bucket versioning. He should have bucket access, then only he will be able to. If bucket access is not mentioned, then he won't be able to. Okay, if you see create bucket, then he won't be able to create. Let me show you. I'll give you some random name. See, fail to create bucket because he does not have permission. That is working fine. Then it should also show. Okay, create bucket we are giving. If we select create bucket, then again we need to select another permissions as well. Let's give all. Now both has full access, right? Or we might missing some permissions, that is why. Let's go to incognito, refresh, it should highlight. See, everything is showing here. Now if you see, you will be able to upload anything in any file because I given all right. Let me show you if I'll be able to add or not. Let's go to downloads. Let's add this one. If I click upload, it will get uploaded succeeded. Okay, and I'll close this. S3 list all, read all, specific error now. Okay, this will work now. We have both S2 S3. Now if I go to here, if I refresh, I won't be able to. I won't be able to upload anything. Okay, I can view buckets, but I won't be able to upload inside that. See, if I click upload, I won't be able to. I'll get error, fail to upload. Why? Because we modified our policy to list and read, no write permissions. That is why we are getting that one. Now if you see, I'll go to EC2, I'll edit EC2 policy visuals. I'll remove this EC2 completely here. I removed EC2. I have only S3 now. I save changes. Policy is updated. If you see permissions for user 3, only S3. Now if you see, earlier when we went to EC2, we are able to see API error only on one item, but now we will see on all. Error, incident running. You are not authorized, perfect. See, you are not authorized to perform this operation, everything. So that's how we use policies. Let's go back to our root user. Now you come to know what is user. I mean how to create a user, how to add a user to the groups, how to attach a policy directly to a user. Now let's see create a role. Okay, let's create a role. Role is like a assume policy. It will assume a role, like how can I say, it will be temporary, like it won't have any credentials or something like, but it will assume, the user will assume it has a temporary role. see about roles. And to assign a role, what we discussed, role is like a assume policy, assume role. And first we launch an instance. We'll give name as ec2 hyphen pr, and I'll go with Rocky Linux. Marketplace, select, and then subscribe on instance launch. Let me see if I have any free tier eligible here. Okay, no free tier eligible. I'll select keeper as Linux. I select keeper as Linux PR key, the one which I already had in my mission downloaded. I'll change the network to my VPC, the one which I created. If you are not aware of VPC concept, please watch our previous sessions which I uploaded in YouTube. I need public IP, and I'll select the existing secret group, and then I'll just click launch instance. Our instance will launch successfully. Okay, instance is launched. And once the instance is launched successfully, what we need to have, we need a role, right? Go to roles, IAM, and then roles, create role, AWS services. For what services we need role? For EC2. Select EC2 and then click next. What permission does this need? S3 full access. Now give a name. Role created for EC2 to access S3. Allow EC2 instance to call AWS services on your behalf. And this is our policy, and let's create a role. Creating a role is created. Go back to our instance, click actions, security, modify IAM role. Here you will be seeing the role which we created. Role created for EC2 to access S3. Update IAM role. Once the role is updated, you can verify it in the IAM role section. Okay, copy the public IP. I'll connect via putty. I'll paste the IP, and then I need to upload the key. Private key, and then session, then click open. Our username mostly will be Rocky only. Cool. Now to view the service, we need to do run this command. What it is telling, AWS command not found. Just go to here, search for AWS CLI for Rocky Linux, installing. Go click on first your first page, and then Linux, and then this is for remove, and I need for installation. Let's select this command. Sorry. Use the curl command, and then I'll go with the first thing. I'll copy this curl command. I'll paste it in my mission. Okay. Unzip is not found. It is telling unzip is not found. Let me do ls. Yeah, I had a zip file here. Sudo m install unzip. If you are not aware of the unzip command or m command, I request you to watch our most used Linux command series which we done earlier, and it is available on our YouTube channel. Kindly watch for more understanding of the Linux commands. Unzip and then the file name. Oh, sorry. First we need to install the unzip, right? It was telling unzip not there. Sudo yum install unzip. Let's wait a moment. Let's it finish installing. Yes, I approve. Yes, unzip is installed. Now what I'll do, I'll just do ls. Now we can do sudo unzip and then the AWS CLI. The file will get unzipped. Now if I do ls, I'll be having unzipped file which is AWS. I'll get into that folder. I'll do ls. This all I'm having here. Sudo. If you are not aware what to run next, we have a readme file here. You can just use cat readme.md. Let me maximize this. Here you'll be having detailed steps. This bundle contains to install AWS CLI, sudo install. This we need to run. Sudo dot forward slash and sudo dot forward slash and then install. AWS CLI will get installed now. Now if I do AWS S3 ls, the buckets which we have in S3 should get here. See, we are able to see this. This is how it works. Hope you understood what are role, what is user, what is groups, what is policies, and this is more than enough for AWS IAM concept for better understanding. And if you keep on practicing and testing multiple scenarios, it will be easy for you. Cool. That's it from my end for today. Hope you enjoyed the session. I request you all to subscribe to our channel for more videos and share this channel information with someone who is looking to learn DevOps courses and Linux series. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.